Hey gang, this is Scott, Franchiseinsight.net, jumping into a political topic today. And the reason I'm doing that is it's an example of how quickly the landscape can change when the government brings in regulatory items under ideology, essentially. So I've talked about Julie Su before. She is the labor secretary of, that was kind of like Bill Clinton. I did have to do this if I was Bill Clinton. Labor Secretary of the state of California. Now, I'm going to talk about this at a high level, and I encourage you, if this is something that is of impact beyond what I talk about, then go offline and please look at it in more detail. Julie Su is responsible for Assembly Bill 5 in the state of California, which has attempted and continues to attempt and is seeming to be successful in eradicating the status of a 1099, a freelance, a subcontract style employee. So first of all, let me talk about 1099 employees. 1099 employees, subcontractors, are typically people, for the most part, who have made a lifestyle and a career decision to work as a freelancer because they enjoy that flexibility. It may be more lucrative also, but they've made a decision because they can take on projects they want to take on, they can work when they want to work, they can travel when they want to travel, spend time with family. They've made a decision. They do not want to work for an employer. They do not care enough about company benefits. Because, again, they're probably making great money as a 1099 employee. I'm sure there's a sliver out there that is doing 1099 work because they are unable to find a full-time job, and they are maybe doing that to kind of make ends meet until they can find employment. But the 70 million people in this country who make a decision to work as a 1099 employee largely do so by choice. Assembly Bill 5 attempts to take that choice away and force employers to either hire you because that status of being a freelancer, subcontractor is getting eliminated, so forcing employers to hire you, or I guess it's going to take people that don't want to go work and not work, so that the goal seems twofold. Fewer people working, and the ones that are willing to go change this status and work for a company are going to have to suck it up and go work for a company. Ms. Su is being nominated to be the labor secretary under the Biden administration, and she could bring this ideology and would bring this ideology, sorry about that, to a national stage. Now, if Ms. Su doesn't make it through, I feel that the administration, that they are in lockstep with this thought that we need to get rid of 1099 folks. They'll just line somebody else up, I guess, to take on the role. So I bring it up because very quickly things can change. If you are looking at a business model where you are going to rely on 1099 help, maybe it is for sales. You don't want to pay a salesperson full-time because you don't need them full-time. Maybe you want to pay commission only because they need to perform for you to be paid. Not perform for you, they need to perform in their position to be paid. Or maybe your business is seasonal in nature, so you don't want to bring in people and onboard them only to lay them off after the holidays. So companies large and small utilize 1099 help, as you probably know, to help them with their sales effort, or maybe, again, I use the IT scenario because IT company, a technology company could win a project and then need to staff up for that. And then when the project's over, they don't have enough work for everybody. So why bring them onboard them, and then fire them or lay them off later and go through all of that? These people now can come in, work, know their assignment's going to last 3 months, and at about month 2, probably start looking out on LinkedIn and with their network of where else can they go do work. So I just have a problem with, a lot of the stuff government wants to encroach on, but especially folks who want to make a decision to go out and work in a 1099 role. So the big reason to bring it up, not my opinion on this, because that's not what's important. What's important is that you pay close attention to what is going on the national landscape, and from a regulatory perspective. This is just one example. There could be other regulations that I'm not even aware of, but go look at Assembly Bill 5 and all of the elements that make that bill up. I do know that there is an effort on the more conservative side. It's called the Employee Rights Act, and it is designed to protect franchise relationships, subcontractors, freelance employees, which again are largely these 1099 employees. This has a significant impact as well on franchising, and I've spoken about that before in a prior post. I probably will do some research and just do one just on how this could impact franchising. I'm not trying to scare anybody. Maybe it never happens. Hopefully it doesn't, because I think 70 million people deserve to work the way they want to work. But it's an example of what you need to be aware of going on nationally, and you need to pay close attention what's going on a local level as well with ordinances, because there could be things being discussed that you're not aware of that could impact the type of business you're thinking about launching. And those are the things we talk about at franchiseinsight.net. Come to the website. If you're in the market, you're looking to buy a franchise or small business, we'll have a 10-minute call, no cost. And then we figure out from there if this structured call is right for you.